What's happening, everybody? The Poets here. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today's video is part 2 of Project Consolidation, where I'm consolidating 3 PCs into 3 PCs. Yeah, one of my main PCs, Deep Blue with the Threadripper 3970X, is going to receive this i9-10900K at the bottom portion in an ITX format. So this is Destro. This is the Thermaltake DistroCase 350P. And so today's video, I'm going to be draining this very carefully. I'll get into the fluid later. Disassembling part of it because I have to take off the motherboard, processor, obviously, replace it with a Ryzen 9 5950X that I took from the O11 Dynamic Mini that was right here. And that is part of part 1. So go ahead and check out part 1 of Project Consolidation if you haven't seen that yet. So this is moving parts. Basically, I have 3 PCs that are basically just down all at the same time because I'm mixing, matching, and juggling parts until everything is back up and running again with 3 PCs, but 2 cases. So this is going to be kind of cool. I will show in future videos why I'm going to be having Deep Blue have 2 systems, because I actually have use cases for that. Not many people do. It is kind of unique stuff, but I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and that's actually why I got the Fantex 719, that's the name of the PC case, for Deep Blue, because it's made for water cooling and dual systems, which is kind of cool. And I have the Fantex Revolt X 1200 watt 80 plus platinum power supply unit to power both systems. It's a dual system PSU, which is really cool. So I got that like over a year ago, knowing that I was going to do this today, this exact day, sort of. So also, the RAM that's in here, this is by actually Team Group. So this is the T-Force RAM, it's white RGB RAM. Team Group sent me all total 8 sticks, 64 gigs. So that's actually gonna go inside of Deep Blue as well. So this is kind of the juggling process where I'm swapping RAM, swapping hard drives, because there's 16 terabytes of hard drives in here that needs to go into my NAS right here. So I can have a 32 terabyte RAID 5 NAS. You can see a lot of things. So right now I'm rambling. Let's put this on the workbench. Drain it, take the motherboard off, replace it with the 5950X and the AMD, no, this is an Asus motherboard. What am I talking about? It's an Asus B550A gaming motherboard. So yeah, way too many names and numbers. So I know I've mentioned this in previous videos, but this fluid is kind of unique. There's no more of this fluid, so I need to make sure that when I do drain this, it's preserved as best as possible. Because if it gets tainted, it'll turn and then I won't be able to use it. So this is all sterilized, the tubing sterilized, basically like rinsed thoroughly with distilled water. And then I'm going to keep it in this. This had distilled water in it, and just put the top on. And then when I'm ready to fill it back up, I know that minimal amount of like outside exposure has gotten to it. So the way that I designed Destro here is not only for looks, but for function as well, because I have 4 areas of draining, which is wonderful. I have right here, the first drain valve, second one over here. There's a drain valve in this radiator actually, which is really cool. And then the 4th one, which is the major one in the back for the distribution plate. So I can easily drain the entire thing without having to like do any crazy things with a kayak foot pump or anything like that. Not that I would ever do stuff like that, right? So this is going to be nice and quick. Let's just get to it. I think we'll pause here with Project Consolidation Part 2, and we have definitely done a lot. So now Distro has a Ryzen 9 5950X, of course the RTX 3080, 2 terabyte Western Digital black drive, and two 6 terabyte Seagate Barracuda drives, and that's going to be in RAID 0, so I can load all kinds of stuff on there that's kind of meaningless, so if the RAID fails, it fails, whatever. But all my important stuff's going to be on the NAS, so I have the two 8 terabyte drives that were in here are now part of a 5-base system for a 10 gigabit Ethernet NAS. And I'm looking forward to really diving into that as well, because that'll have 32 terabytes total usable space. So thank you again to Team Group for all the RAM here. 64 gigs is definitely needed for 4K video editing. Because Deep Blue is down, I was using Distro here for some 4K video editing using DaVinci Resolve. And with 32 gigs of RAM, I was running out quickly. I was hitting like 30 gigs almost right away. So this RAM here is HyperX. I like it, but I'm gonna have to upgrade this because this is just 32 gigs. So definitely 64 gigs for anybody looking to do 4K video editing is a minimum these days, trust me. Overall, just thank you very much Thermaltake, because this is a continuation of this build project with the DistroCase 350P. And I do plan on doing a thorough rework of the acrylic bending of this build too, because one, it's fun. Like, I really enjoy it. And two, I do want to do kind of a how-to series on bending PETG versus acrylic because there are differences, and I think a lot of you will get a lot out of that as well. These fittings, they're the Pacific Sea Pros by Thermaltake. They are easily the best fittings that I've ever used. Now, mind you, this is not sponsored content. These are review units that they have sent me, and I've used a lot of different fittings in my time. So this is going to be my gaming build with the 5950X. Yes, a little overkill, but it's the backup 4K video editing system as well. So it will be thoroughly used when I need to edit 4K video. So guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, hit me up in the comments section. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and all that good stuff. And let's just call it an end of part 2 for Project Consolidation. And I will see you with part 3, which is, it's going to be kind of intense. So, all right, peace.